Hi, this is a brief tutorial on adding resources to the PBL Summer Institute Moodle page. If you've arrived at the main Moodle page, the IU Ed Moodle.edu in Indiana, what you'd want to do is click on Login and get yourself logged into the system. Once you're logged in, you'll see up here in the upper right hand corner that it'll say you are logged in and it will list your name. And then you just want to click on PBL Summer Institute. That'll obviously take you to the PBL Institute page, and this is just the course page for the Institute, and it has all the information on here. As you log in, this may look a little different from time to time because we are in the process of revising all of this, but that shouldn't make too big a difference to you. If you're accessing this to add information, what that means is you have teacher level access. And so if you have teacher level access, you are actually able to edit the Moodle page for this course. To edit the page, very simply, you click on Turn Editing On. And when you do that, you see that Moodle's editing is really simple because you edit everything right where it is. And so you see everything looks basically the same, except we have these little pieces in here where we can modify any of the parts. To keep this brief, we're going to focus on adding resources to the Moodle page. And you can see here in this little category, they have Add a Resource as one of the options. One of the things that Moodle lets you do is if you're ever not sure about something, you can click on the little help question mark, and it gives you a brief overview of the resource that is listed next to that question mark. We're looking at in this case, we're looking at adding a resource. There are a range of resources you can add, including text pages, web pages, files. For the purposes of this, we're going to assume that you're going to be adding a file to the website. So let's say that you've created this amazing document with all of your presentation information in it, and you want users to be able to go in and actually access that document. To do this, all you would do is make sure that you're in the block where you want that information to show up, and you just click on Add a Resource and then go down to Link to a File or Website. That brings up a page where you fill in all of the appropriate information for that resource. So if we say sample resource, so we'll put this as a description of the resource here. And then here's where your resource could be a website, and you could put in the URL for that, but in most cases you're actually going to be linking to a file that you've created. In order to link to that file, you actually need to upload that file into Moodle so it's on the Moodle server, and then you can make it available anywhere in the course. To do that, you click on Choose or Upload a File. And then here what you'll do is you'll see across the top this little navigation menu. It shows you that this is the PBL Institute, and then these are all of the files for the PBL Institute. In this area, we're able to create folders in here to keep things organized. So I already created a folder called PBL Conference Materials, and if I click on that, now I'm able to add any resources to this, and it just keeps things from getting messy. So I'm in the folder where I want the file to go, and I would just click on Upload a File. And then this brings up a browse window, and this is just like adding a picture to MySpace or Facebook or Picasa. I would just go through and I would click on Browse, and Browse is going to let me look on my computer for that file. And so I go ahead and on my computer I've got this folder called PBL Info. That's where I saved the document called Presentation Info. I double click on that, and then I just click Upload the File. After I upload the file, we'll see that it shows up in this folder. It shows up here. We see Presentation Information Document. That Word document is now in Moodle, and in order to add that, I just click on Choose. I can see that the file or website, this now has that document that I uploaded listed here. I have some options here for how users will get that. Right now in the window it's saying that it'll just open up in the same window. For resources, I think it's best to force a download, and that just means that if a user wants to access that document, they have to click on it, and then they'll download that document, and it opens it up in Word. The rest of these, as with most of the things in Moodle, it probably gives you some options you don't need to worry about, and so you can just look at these, skip that, and you can just say Save and Return to Course. Takes you back to the main page, and so you can see here is our sample resource. It showed up, and notice it just put it at the bottom of this section. So I added the resource here, it just put it in the bottom. Let's say that this sample resource really goes along with nuts and bolts of PBL. The way that I move that then is to click on this little arrow here that says Move. After I click on it, it'll reload the page, and it will give me all these little arrows with boxes next to it, and whichever box I click to, it will move that sample resource to this location. So if I say I want this to go under nuts and bolts of PBL, I click in that little box, it shows up there, and then let's say that I want it sort of indented to make the formatting look nice. This little arrow lets me move it over, and if I want to just put it in there, I can add it, and then it's moved over really nicely in that spot. So that is the short version on how to add a resource into Moodle. If I turn editing off, I'll see what users would see, and again, if I click on this sample resource, it asks me to open it, and I've successfully opened that, added that.